Good evening. My name is Mr. Wade. I'm one of the assistant band directors here at George Ranch High School. If you haven't met me already, hi, nice to meet you. The first band to perform this evening, our Ugly Sweater Christmas concert, is our symphonic band. It does. So, good evening, everyone. Like I said, my name is Mr. Wade. This is our symphonic band. Our Ugly Sweater concert is always a little bit of a surprise and a good dose of anxiety because we've just come off of our competitive marching season less than a month ago. All in all, the students that you'll see tonight have had about 3 weeks to put together concert music. And we really don't let our foot off the gas pedal. We're determined to help the kids continue to grow and develop their musical skills and capabilities. So I think, especially any sophomores, junior, seniors that I may have in my group up here, would agree that the holiday concert music we picked this year is at least on par with several of the things they had to play in their marching show, if not sometimes a little bit harder. There are a lot more solo sections for other instruments and things like that push them to continue to develop, because I tell them my goal teaching the symphonic band is next semester, next school year, I don't want to see them in my band again. I want to see them continue that upward growth and development and move up into those higher level ensembles and continue to push what their abilities are. That being said, we're going to end with our second piece. It's titled Jingle Bells, which we all know, but the composer for this one did sort of a funny arrangement. He kind of pokes fun at the version of Jingle Bells that we all know and probably grew up with. So there are going to be little interesting musical things that he does here and there that hopefully will catch your attention, that you'll enjoy. So here is Jingle Bells by Jay Dawson.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for coming. My name is, welcome. I'm going to make a couple of announcements while our second band gets set up there. My name is Laura Bowen. I'm actually Vice President of the George Ranch Band Booster Club. So if you don't know who the boosters are, we are here to provide as much logistical support to the band. Of course, we get the high season during marching season, but it doesn't stop. We helped out today for the Christmas party, as well as we'll help tremendously during the UIL competitions in the spring semester, as well as the spring trip as well. But one of the reasons why the Booster Club exists is to provide fundraising, so to offset some of the costs for you guys, but also to provide some opportunities for our kids to have master technicians coming in, master classes, some equipment as well that they need. And in order to do that, we actually have booster membership, which again, if you look in your program, you kind of see some of those. Most important are some of our key sponsors that we have. So again, you look in the program, you can kind of see some of those sponsors that we have. And so we do highly encourage you guys to participate and to actually go to some of those businesses that help support our band program. With that being said, we actually have one of our key sponsors, Russo's New York Pizzeria in Greatwood, is actually hosting a very exclusive wine dinner for us on Tuesday. So there is some information, I believe, in your program for that as well. Saturday is the deadline, okay? So we do need to have reservations no later than Saturday for that. Especially if you do by Saturday, it's tax exempt. So we do need to have that. There is information in there if you need to contact, and that's Bryce Ferguson for a reservation. But again, Saturday is the deadline. We need to hear that as soon as possible. Third thing is the poinsettias. So you see those all along here. That was one of our fundraisers that we had this year. They're actually from Brookwood. So if you did purchase poinsettias, they will be available in the small band hall after the performance. We do have some poinsettias that are still available for purchase. They are $15. So by all means, again, after the concert's over, feel free to go over there. We'll have those available for you. And lastly, I'd like to introduce Ben Marsh, if you could come up to the stage. Ben Marsh is actually with the company, kind of explain a little bit about that. And again, as Booster Club, we always try to find fundraisers that are low cost to the boosters, as well as low cost to you, but something that can actually benefit the community and benefit you. So with that being said, I'm going to kind of introduce a little bit about that, so and provide you with some information, as well as most importantly, saying the date for that event.
Thank you so much. So just want to thank you guys for coming. I played saxophone in high school, and it doesn't matter what the concert was, I was always nervous as all get out. I was last chair as a freshman, first chair as a senior, and I really appreciate you guys' work, and the parents supported them. Just curious, anybody in here play an instrument when you were in high school? So that's awesome watching it pass down from family to family. I've got 3 daughters, and none of them are in band. I'm so frustrated with that. That's all right. And I love what the kids are wearing. It's awesome for your parents to help them put that together. That's super cool. Listen to them jingle as they come up. Just briefly, we own the mattress fundraiser. We have 100 locations across the country. We're going to be bringing 30 mattresses and put them in your band hall. We already worked with Foster this year and with Fulsher. We're so blessed to be in your guys' community and very thankful for that. Because our model is different, it's low overhead. We don't advertise like the stores. We don't have a store. We don't go from school to school. Every one of the mattresses are going to be less than what you would pay for in a store. So if you or somebody you know is going to purchase a mattress and can wait, great. If not, no worries. You can pass the word on. That's basically it. We're going to be here March 24th from 12 to 6. And we look forward to helping anybody that steps out. My personal mobile will be on every receipt. And I say that because while you haven't necessarily heard about us before, you can definitely ask the other schools that we work with. We've been able to give back $180,000 this year. Just so thankful to God for what He's done in our lives. My wife just quit her 20-year job at NASA to work full-time with us, just started this Monday, so I'm so thankful for that. I know they're going to warm up a little bit, but thank you again for being in your guys' community and allowing us to help serve you. Have a blessed evening, and Merry Christmas to you.
Well, thank you for being here. We had a great time at our party. Thank you so much to the Booster Club for helping us with the party. I was telling them earlier, I used to do that. I'd take off about 11 o'clock on the day of the party, and I would run to Costco, Walmart, just panicked, trying to get everything taken care of. And it'd be hours into it, and then we get here and have a rehearsal, and then we have a concert. And so I'm so eternally grateful that they're taking care of that now. It's totally out of my hands, and by far, way better of a party than when I did it. So thank you again, Boosters, for taking care of that. Seated before you is the Wayne Ensemble, and Mr. Wayne told you really quickly about the fact that we basically had 3 weeks, but we really didn't have 3 weeks because once, remember, we had Thanksgiving. So we started to learn, but then we went to Thanksgiving, so it was like we didn't even learn. And then we came back. So we basically had 2 weeks to put this concert together. So everybody doing 2 pieces is about as much as we can do and have quality with what we want to do. We've had a great time. This is a fantastic group. It's the strongest winds ensemble we've ever had at George Ranch High School. Yes, applaud for them. They did a great job. Concert, we will announce the winner of the winners of the ugly Christmas sweaters. We had a lot of really great contestants, as you can see. But that will be right before, I think, in the middle of jazz band. We'll do that. Okay, so we're going to start. I just want to say really quick, this is called On Joyful Wing. I just accidentally ran across it. It's a gorgeous piece, and these guys are doing it justice. It is a dedication to a band parent of another band program where he was so excited about his kids being in band that he would have them go to the director and copy off alto sax music, and then he would spend evenings practicing with his kids. Sadly, he passed away, I believe, of cancer, and they ended up writing this piece in dedication to him. It's called On Joyful Wing. Okay, we're changing really quickly. I cannot tell you how difficult it is to play legato and smooth and pretty and beautiful. It's far more difficult than anything technical. And for them to be playing like that already, I'm so excited about what the spring will bring. So I hope you enjoyed that. We are now moving to something completely different that the majority of the people that are sitting on stage have never done ever before. And that's play jazz. And jazz is a whole nother language. And I told them, because every single day when we play, we had to learn what all the things were, like dit, dot, ba, do, completely different than what we do in concert bands. So I said, so your parents can have an appreciation. They don't think, oh, that was a really cool piece. It's really difficult to teach this in the course of 2 weeks. They did a great job of it. I said, I'm going to have you actually say it so they can understand what it is that we're doing. They were mortified. Okay, so appreciate it for what it is. We're going to say it for you really quickly. Not all of it, just a little bit of it.
Okay, I want to thank everybody for coming out to our ugly holiday Christmas concert. we started this concert several years ago when we realized that these guys have been performing every week from the end of August all the way through September, multiple Saturdays in October. Region band starting in November with Region Orchestra, Region band auditions. They're performing, and they're performing a whole lot throughout the entire semester. They're performing a lot of serious literature. There's a lot of serious contests that we go to, a lot of nerves, a lot of stress. This was a concert we didn't want that. We decided many years ago to do a more informal concert, dress up in the ugliest sweaters we could find, okay, like the one I have on right now, and jeans and tennis shoes, and just have a more informal holiday concert that we could just have more fun at. And hopefully, as an audience member, you guys are having a good time tonight. We're hopefully also keep it short. That's also more fun. That it's not an incredibly long concert. Each band playing 2 tunes. I will try not to talk much, but I do have to thank some people. First off, just thank every single one of you guys. It's a great audiences I see out here tonight. We got packed the house. So thank you guys so much for being out here. Thank the Band Boosters for all of their hard work the entire semester, not just today, but the entire semester, all the way through. Everybody that helped us through marching season. Thank you everybody there. Beautiful poinsettias up front. I know that you've already heard these are for sale, $15. Okay, so make sure you get one they would look great in your house. Okay. So I want special thanks, and these are on the back as well. But we want to thank all the support that we've gotten from our administration as well. They've been absolutely incredible here at LCISD. So we want to thank our principal, Dr. Black, our associate principal, Mr. Tilke, our assistant principals, Mr. Cuellar, Ms. Lazar, Ms. Mamani, Ms. Ellenstein, Ms. Jennings. We want to thank all of them for all of their support and coming out and watching us as well. We want to thank our junior high directors for giving us such incredible kids, teaching them very well down at the 6th through 8th campus as well. We want to thank Mr. Cranston, Ms. Bruce, and Ms. Hicks for all the work that they do leading up to high school. I want to thank Ms. Young for color guard, Mr. Ferris, who's our new percussion director. Thank him for the time that he's given. He's also an elementary school teacher, so he has to deal with the little ones and then come deal with our high school kids. So he's a very special person in that. I want to thank Mr. Young, who helps us with our marching tech, and all our private lesson staff as well. So just want to make sure that we give a shout out to all those people that it takes to have a program like we do. Such incredible kids that we have, and we're very, very fortunate to be here, very fortunate to have parents like you that are supporting the instrumental fine arts. I'm not going to go into what instrumental music does for your kids. You guys know it, you see it. You can Google the benefits of instrumental music, but thank you so much for all of your support. What I would like to do right now is, if on the stage, I want to recognize if you made a freshman district region band, I want you to please stand and be recognized. Those that made those bands, please stand. So these guys took on not only all of the material that we do in class, but also all the region etudes, which are incredibly hard, and then going up against everybody in our region, everybody in LCISD, everybody in Fort Bend, and being chosen to be a part of those programs. Those are really incredible. If you guys could have a seat, thank you. Lastly, we have two members up here that were also chosen to go on the area. A little bit about the region band, area band, state band. This is TMEA, Texas Music Education Association, that hosts this. And there are over 100,000 kids throughout the state of Texas that start this audition process. And they whittle it down to about 500 that end up making the bands. So the region is the first step in that. After that, then they compete at area. Once they compete at area, that affords them a seat in the state TMEA All-State Band. The TMEA All-State Band then performs in February in San Antonio at the Convention Center as part of the Texas Music Education Association's convention. So they perform there. So we have two members on the stage that are going on to area. So if I could have Gabe Baca, if you could stand, okay? Okay, our first song that we played, and I just want to get up here and play first before I got on the mic because I knew I'd spend way too much time on the mic. So our first piece that we played was called Spanish Dance, and it had a Spanish Christmas carol embedded in it. So that's with a correlation between a holiday concert and the Spanish dance. Our next piece, we have never played at George Ranch High School. I haven't done it here yet. It is done by bands all over, well-known, all over the world. You've heard it many times in tons of Christmas movies. The Elf has it all throughout. So we're going to play our next one. This is a very hard piece. This is why we've never played it before. It's a very difficult piece to pull off. This is Sleigh Ride by Leroy Anderson. you guys so very much. We are going to strike the stage. Give us a few minutes. We'll have our jazz band up to end out the night. In between, we've got a special treat. We've got a couple ensembles that it takes us a little bit of time to switch over to jazz band. So we have a couple ensembles that are going to come up front and perform as we are changing the stage. So just be patient. We'll be right back with you.
Seated before you is our jazz band. This year we ended up changing class periods, and it actually ended up causing a lot of problems with singleton classes. So we're not as full as we've been in the past. We're missing a bass player, guitarist, and drummer. And of course, we don't have quite as many saxes. We're having a great year though. Lots of learning going on, lots of people new to the group and on secondary instruments. We're going to start with a piece called A Jazzy Merry Christmas. This will be our swing piece. There are no soloists in it, but you can tell we really worked hard on swing. Okay, here we go. And by the way, just so you can figure out, we had to really work on instrumentation. So Damien really was playing trombone up until about 3 weeks ago. And we said, go ahead and move to that. Carissa is a flute player who was playing flute, who we decided to move to EWI, which is an electronic wind instrument. And she's been playing bass with that. Not sure what we're going to do in the spring. We're actually going to hold an audition for some. If you know somebody who plays bass or guitar, we really would like to have them audition for us. But she's playing on that. So if something goes awry, sometimes that thing just goes crazy. And we have to go back and do a set. So that's not the case. And I want to thank Mr. Jordan for sitting in. They've already played a concert. They've already played in class all day, and then they jump up here and they're playing a completely different style of music after they've already done all that. So it's really quite a feat to do it. So I really appreciate what they're doing, and honestly, we have a lot of fun with it. I hope that we can actually get more people in, and we'll probably try to make an adjustment to the schedule next year, where we're not against the singleton classes like that we were, especially 8th classes. We're going to announce our winners of our Ugly Christmas sweater. So Mr. Jordan has gone to get our illustrious gifts. Actually, Mrs. Bowen, rock on, she took care of getting these really nice gifts that we're going to hand out today. So thank you, Mrs. Bowen. We really appreciate it. Okay, so we're going to start. Your name is called. I need you to run up here because everybody's ready to go home. we're gonna start working backwards, okay? And there were 12 people that were, we usually do 10, there were 12 outstanding ugly sweaters. And so, but we ended up picking 3 from that. So, third place is Drew Maramba. So as he's making his way, I'm going to go ahead and announce our second. We want to make sure that, you know, we thought about just announcing it and handing it out. You need to see what they look like. Drew, when he gets up here, I told him he's got all kinds of stuff. It looked like he had a pair of chips. He was gross. So, here he comes. All right, our second place goes to Claire Smith. Okay? If you can't tell, this is actually a tree skirt. Okay, and now our first place goes to Sam. On Monday, if you don't hear your child practicing, you can now know they need to be practicing. That sets the bands for the spring semester. If they come home mad at where they were placed, you've got to, the very first question is, how much did you practice? So just, you might practice that on the way home, because I think it's going to be needed by a few people on Monday. But I hope not. They know exactly what to play, and a lot of the music they've had the entire semester, we just threw some scales at them. That starts on Monday. So we're going to close with Rock On, Merry Gents. And so it's more of a rock, a little bit of a samba. We have 2 soloists, Rachel Ferguson. Happy holidays. Again, please, these are beautiful. They belong in your home, but you need to pay for them. I feel bad because Lucas Bell and Alex Dewey kind of had a duet there that I just failed. I failed miserably. Congratulations, my son. We're out.